Welcome students. I hope you all are safe and fine. Today we would be starting with a new and interesting chapter. Let's move on. If you look around, you can see many objects like television, mobile phones, books, newspapers, bus, train, aeroplanes. Then, what are these objects? These objects are being classified as static and non-static. So, why I have called television, newspaper, mobile phone as static and bus, train, aeroplane as non-static? I call newspaper, mobile phones as static because their position does not changes with time. The position of newspaper, mobile phone, television does not change with time, whereas the non-static objects change their position with time, like bus, train, aeroplane. So, the static objects are said to be at rest. The static objects are said to be at rest, whereas the non-static objects are said to be in motion. In other words, we can define motion as if an object changes its position with time, then it is said to be in motion. So, today we would be learning about motion. Yes, motion. If two friends, suppose for example A and B, are riding a bicycle. So, they are riding a bicycle and they want to reach a point called P. Now, what happens? The P is at a distance of, say, from the starting point 5 meters. Now, A takes 5 minutes to reach point P, whereas B takes 3 minutes to reach point P. Then who is reaching point P earlier, students? Yes, B is traveling faster than A. So, here A is slower than B and B is faster than A. So, from this, what we can understand, students? Yes, from this we can understand that the object which covers more distance in a particular time or a specific time is said to be faster, whereas the object which covers less distance in a specific time is known to be slower. In your earlier classes, you all have learned about different types of motion. So students, can you tell me what are those different types of motion which you have studied? Yes. Rectilinear motion. Yes. Circular motion. And good students, periodic motion. Acha, among this, which motion is known as a motion in a straight line? Is it the periodic or the circular or the rectilinear? Yes, it is a rectilinear motion. It is a motion in a straight line. Good students. You all have experienced that while going to the school, you often tell your parents to drive the bike faster, or when your parents move through a busy road in a bike, they ride it slower. What is this faster or slower? This faster or slower is being expressed in terms of speed. It is expressed in terms of speed. Speed or goti or gati. So, speed, it is calculated as the distance traveled upon time taken. Speed is being calculated as distance traveled upon time taken. So, what we can say, for example, if a car is moving at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour, you all know that the unit of distance is being measured in kilometers or meters in standard view. So, if the car travels in a speed of 45 kilometers per hour, then it means that the car travels 45 kilometers in 1 hour. How much? 45 kilometers in 1 hour. Or in 1 hour it is covering 45 kilometers. Yes. Then if we take a case of a bicycle, if it is covering 15 meters per second, it means that in every second, in every 1 second, it is covering 15 meters. So, the speed of the bicycle is 15 meters per second. So, if we put this in the formula, the distance traveled by the bicycle is 15 meter and the time taken is 1 second. So, it is 15 upon 1 or 15 meters per second. From this, what we can imply? From this, we can imply that if an object covers more distance in less time is said to be faster or having a greater speed as compared to the object which is having less speed. So, if we take an example of a bicycle and a car, so we can say that the car is moving greater distance in a less time as compared to a bicycle which is covering less distance in much time. Now, the speed is being classified into two types. One is the uniform speed and another one is the non-uniform speed. Does a question arises in everyone's mind that what is this uniform or non-uniform speed? Let us know. Uniform speed. Uniform speed, for example, if we take that an object is covering 10 meters in 10 seconds, 10 meters in 10 seconds, or 20 meters in 20 seconds. So, the object or the vehicle is said to be in uniform speed because it is covering equal distance in equal period of time. Now, what about non-uniform speed? For example, if a vehicle or object covers 5 meters in 10 seconds, 12 meters in, for example, you take 20 seconds. So, there is a difference. See, in 10 seconds, the vehicle is traveling 5 meters, whereas in the 20 seconds, it is traveling just 12 meters. So, the movement of the vehicle or the speed of the vehicle is non-uniform. It is not in a uniform. It is traveling different distance in a specific time interval. Often in a road, most of the vehicles are in non-uniform speed. Like in case of traffic, they are traveling less distance, and when there is no traffic, that specific vehicle, the car, bus, bicycle or the bike is traveling more distance due to less traffic. So most of our vehicles we usually find in our day-to-day life follows the non-uniform speed. So students, today what we learned? Today we learned about static and non-static. What is motion? We also discussed about the different types of motion which we had learned in our previous classes. We also learned about slow or fast, speed, uniform and non-uniform speed. So students, in our next class, we would be knowing about how to measure time. Thank you, students.